I couldn't believe what you can do with an iron. There are 7 incredible tricks with irons that almost nobody knows, but really everyone should know simply because they are so ingenious. And if you've only ever used your iron for ironing, you'll be amazed. If you have a sticker somewhere that you can't easily get off, all you need is a sheet of paper to put over it. Then use an iron on a medium setting to carefully iron over it a few times. This is because you can then simply peel off the adhesive as a whole and no residue will stick to it as the adhesive has come off. If you regularly play board games where you need these pieces of paper which you have to buy again and again, you can buy some laminating film. But instead of buying a laminator, all you need is a towel in which you fold the whole thing and then wipe over it a few times with an iron on a medium setting. Then turn the whole thing over and do it again on the other side. When you've finished, all you have to do is grab a pair of scissors and cut off the excess here, and you've already laminated the game blocks and don't have to keep buying new ones. And laminating also works wonderfully with an iron if you don't want to buy a laminator for this purpose. If you have heavy furniture on a carpet, then you'll be familiar with the problem of leaving marks that aren't easy to remove. But all you need is a towel to lay over it and then an iron to iron back and forth on the highest setting for a few minutes. You can then remove the iron and should now rub over the areas a few times with a hard object or the palm of your hand, for example. This will straighten the fibers of the carpet and the imprint will no longer be visible. By the way, did you know that you should never iron a collar like this but always pin it here at the front between these points and then iron it? It's much easier this way and the result is much better, as you can clearly see here. And for the next trick, you'll need an iron and some toilet paper. You also need any packaging that you have opened. It should be plastic, for example, from sweets, pasta, or other things, because if you have no way of closing it again without it opening again and again, you need some toilet paper to put on your table. And now you should place the packaging in the middle here. Fold the other half of the toilet paper, i.e. the half from the top that is still free, downwards, also over this bag so that the opening of the bag is wrapped with toilet paper. And now we need our iron. Put it on a medium heat and start ironing over the tops. Once you've done this a few times, you can remove the toilet paper. And as you can see here with me, the packaging is now completely closed and sealed again, as if it had just been bought. So nothing falls out and everything that stays in the packaging stays fresh for a really long time. And you can really do this with all plastic packaging, as you can see here. And this trick will change the way you iron forever. If you have an ironing board that you always iron on, you should line it with some aluminum foil beforehand. Make sure that the aluminum foil is spread over the entire ironing board before you start ironing. Now you can simply place the items you want to iron on top as usual and then start ironing. Just as you normally would, there is absolutely no difference. However, the advantage of the aluminum foil is that it will also heat up a little due to the smooth surface of the aluminum foil and its structure. This allows you to iron your shirt, clothes or towels from both sides at the same time. You no longer have to turn it inside out because it is now ironed from the other side too. This saves you a whole work step and you can iron in half the time. But do you also know how to clean an iron perfectly? Because there's a really ingenious trick for that too. And all you need is a dishwashing tab. Switch on your iron and wait until it has warmed up a bit. Because now you just grab this dishwashing tab and start rubbing it over the iron, as you can see here with me. And as you can clearly see here, all the dirt is removed immediately. But that's only half of the trick. Once you have rubbed it all over, and as you can see in my picture, most of the dirt has already been removed, you should wipe over it once with a cloth. But be careful, the iron is still hot. Now, of course, all the little fine grooves that you can see here remain. And all you need to do is use one of these Q-tips. This will get you perfectly into the grooves. Wet it a little beforehand and you can get in and remove all the dirt residue. At the end, switch the iron off again, wipe it again with a wet cloth and wipe it dry, and it is completely clean again. But do you also know the ingenious secret tip as to why you should add cinnamon to your mop water? Find out why you absolutely have to try it out in this video. Click on it and watch it.